Okay, so we're back on the drying out process of Hideaway, Fairways 36. Now we're looking at the monitoring of the process. It had to be monitored consistently and constantly, with only a few hours break in the evening for sleep. It was a matter of keeping it to the temperature, so not too hot, not too cold. But the idea being that temperature is monitored so that the osmosis solution, or the goop, let's call it the goop, doesn't crystallize too hard, dry out too hard, or become too cold. So it does it sweats out at a consistent rate. It doesn't sort of start to bubble and create more problems and start to get over 50 degrees, and start to create more issues if it gets too hot. So it was a matter of moving the heaters. You see the heaters here, they're on, I believe, on port bow and starboard stern, and then they'd have to be alternated to port stern and starboard bow to keep the heat as even, as consistent as possible, and then going in every sort of 20 minutes, half an hour or so, checking with the laser pointer. Yes, I can see the laser pointer isn't right up close to the surface, but we're looking at the sort of an average of the ambient temperature plus the surface temperature here. So yeah, it was an ongoing process of monitoring. So you can see there, I've just stabbed that bubble. And you can see that running out. Now, it does, you can see the color of it, that sort of color there. So it is like, it does react, the water getting into those layers reacts and creates a sort of an acidic kind of solution. And downwind of it, it smells almost exactly like the smell of vinegar on chips. I keep going on with that. So there we go. So I've just popped that blister, and if I give it a bit of pressure, we'll probably get a bit better. See, you see that behind there? You see the air getting back in there and letting that water out. So yeah, we'll go around and do a few more bubble pops. But don't be freaked out by what you're seeing here. It's not like, oh my God, the boat's dead, it's all right. You know, those out of the know might freak out a bit, but yeah. And there we go. So you can see it getting pushed. You can see that water going up and down in there to the level of where I've hit that. So I'm just going to hit it again. You can see that coming out of here now. There we go. So yeah, we've still got some bubbles to pop. That's okay. We're going to do another bubble popping session. So that's what it is. That's classic osmosis. But behind that, look at that. So that's the layer that's been affected. But behind that, look. Solid as a rock.
So that's the problem. I can just smell like glass.
I know, I smell it.
That's the problem.
Vinegar.
Yeah.
Try up a bit higher where you first thought that bad spot was.
Just up here.
Yeah, smell it straight away. That one there, surface moisture, bang. What do you think is going to happen when I put a drill in that?
In that?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah. Come on. Nearly through the hole there.
See it all travelling there?
Yeah.
The D-line?
Yeah. Oh. Mother. But where's that water going? Look at that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Do that again. How's that not running out of that fucking hole just gone through the hole with?
That's what I'm saying. It's
So betcha wherever you find that needle go up, there's still water below surface moisture, and that's showing us how deep that that is.
So that's what I'm. But this is where I'm getting. You get a bit funny because when you go to GRP, so where you should be saying that with having that on surface, we're getting
monitoring, and then video you've seen the vacuum bag on there. So we had plastic put over there with a vacuum system which is pulling out that goop, let's call it the goop. So that was drawing the goop out. It was a process, it took a while. Yes, this is probably one of the major of these scenarios that we've had to deal with, a lengthy process. The owner, Rob, he actually did a lot of the time on site himself, obviously saving quite a bit of money. You don't want to be paying even apprentices just to stand by on that, but he did a lot of the monitoring himself. So his hands-on with this boat, his hands-on process with this boat saved him quite a bit of coin at the end of the day. So there you go.